Hello everybody, this is Gwyneth Isaac speaking here. I'm just making a video while I'm waiting for the kittens to have their dinner. So, oh, didn't know that was there. Well, there we go. Okay, now I know it's there. Alrighty, that was lots of fun. But yeah, I'm just making a video while I'm waiting for the kittens to have their dinner. What am I going to talk about today? Food. There are so many people in the preparedness community and the also in the MAGA type community. Let's bring down the New World Order, yay! Don't get me wrong, I'm all for the New World Order going to Hades. They're really, really awful people. But one thing you've got to realise is that unless you've got your own food production systems happening, you don't stand a chance. Okay? You really don't. You don't stand a snowflake's chance. What you need to do is you need to not just grow food for yourself, but you need to grow food for all your animals. So if you've got chickens, you need to be producing chicken food for your chickens. If you've got guinea pigs or rabbits or whatever, you need to be producing food for them. And here's a rough guide, okay? You look at the body mass of any animal that you have, okay? Like, for instance, if you have let's make it easy, sheep, okay? One sheep, let's go on the big end, 100 kilogram sheep, okay? One sheep will eat 1,000 kilograms of food in a year. Okay, that means that every sheep you have, and I'm preaching to myself here too, because, you know, I'm working on this. It's a work in progress. I'm not saying I'm there. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I'm realizing the problem. So I'm telling all of you so that you can get the jump ahead. That is a herbivore. Okay. Hello. Hello. Who's there? Blackie. Little Blackie. So cute. You want to come up? You can come up. Little Blackie. You love to snuggle with Mummy, don't you? For every... And there's something called trophic levels. Okay? At the bottom of the trophic ladder are plants. They make their food from sunlight and carbon dioxide and water. That's what plant, and I mean they need other trace elements and all that in the soil as well. So cute. But hello. But for a herbivore, you need, for every kilogram of body weight, you need 10 kilograms of food per year. Okay? And for a carnivore, you need 10 kilograms of flesh for every kilogram of body weight per year. That means that for every kilogram of carnivore body weight, itchy back, for every kilogram of carnivore body weight you need to be, that you're producing on your property, you need to be producing 100 kilograms of plant matter to feed 1 kilogram of carnivore. Hello, who's that? Carnivore. She'll feed herself when she's big. She'll have still access to dry kibble, dry food. But even if the dry food wasn't there, she'd still feed herself when she's big. But she's a baby at the moment. She needs to be fed. If you've got a dog that weighs 50 kilograms and you intend to feed that dog using rabbits, okay, that dog will need every year 500 kilograms of rabbit. And those rabbits will need to eat 5,000 kilograms of grass or other plant matter. Rabbits are pretty flexible, they eat most stuff. That's a very, very, very serious proposition. That's why most communities that are really on the edge do not have enormous dogs. They don't. Big dogs take more to feed than little dogs. Bloody flies. Big dogs take more to feed than little dogs. That means that, you know, you take a chicken, which is a omnivore, okay, it will either take, and they need some protein, they need some animal matter to, you know, produce eggs and all that sort of stuff. But one chicken each day will eat 2 handfuls of grain, or the equivalent in calories and nutrition. So you can feed a chicken without using grain. If you've got whopping great trees that make seeds, the chickens just eat the seeds all the time when they drop. You can do it that way. But that tree will take at least, in the case of Chinese elms, 5 to 7 years before you get your first crop. Yep. Prickly pears, 2 to 3 years before you get your first crop. Now, it won't be a big crop, it'll just be a few fruit. But the year after that, you'll get quite a lot more. And the year following that, you'll get massive amounts. That's why, one reason why I'm planting masses of prickly pears all over my property. Because, you know, They're just jolly good. Chickens love them. I love them. They make jam. You can make vinegar with them. The nopalitos go well in soups and fried up, Mexican style food. Hello, little baby. Hello. She's so beautiful. Can you see yourself? You don't want to look at yourself. You want to look at Mummy? You want to have a clean. Okay, you have a clean. But you got to consider that. And unless you can do that, you don't stand a chance. Because they'll put you under siege and you'll starve. That'll be the end of your little attempt to defy these evil people. Food production is the greatest act of peaceful resistance that you can do against the New World Order. It is the thing at present that they are doing to subjugate humanity to control the food. So that you've got to come to them because you're starving. But you don't have to go to them if you can learn in whatever climate you're in. I'm in a semi-arid climate and I'm figuring it out. Prickly pears are doing so well, oh my gosh. They are really amazing. And the thing is that the prickly pears do attract rodents. The rodents just love them. And but the rodents feed the cats. Armpit hair. Sorry about that, everybody. Exposing you to my armpit hair. So, prickly pears. Prickly pears. A Pontificus indica is hardy down to zone 5. Yep. If you're living in zone 5 or above, USDA zone 5 or above, they are so easy to grow. You either dig a pad into the ground or just lay it flat on the ground. I'll show you. Okay. The USA Prepares classroom, which is, I suppose this is a side tutorial. We used to have, when I was at university, we used to have what we call tutes, tutorials. So I suppose this is a tutorial lesson. Oh my gosh! Oh, my body. This is a prickly pear that was really hammered. You can see extensive rat damage all through this prickly pear. A few years old. Some of it as little as 6 months ago, 9, 10 months ago. But they're little troopers. It's producing fruit. They won't be so good to eat. I don't know why they do that sometimes. But look at this one. Wowie duties. Look at all that prickly pear fruit. They'll be ripe within about a month. They'll be ripe. Absolutely delicious. So this is what I mean. Oh, I'll show you here. Around about 18 months ago, I cut this wonderful lady back And my intention was to use the branches to transplant, but I kind of ran out of time. Something came up and I didn't really get to planting all of the pads. Some of the branches just lay on the ground here. That's what they did. They are going to be good. I might dig them up or I might leave them there. Either is going to be good. Within 2 years, they'll be as big as their mother and full of fruit. In a semi-arid climate with no care. I chopped them down and I left them there and I said, I'll get to them later. I never did. I got to most of them. I transplanted most of them to other places. But, those ones not so much so. Ta-da! This one was planted as a branch. I don't know why, but if they're planted next to a star picket, you can see there's a star post in there, in behind there. If prickly pears are planted next to a star post, they grow bigger. Must be extra minerals, maybe a little bit of extra water flowing down the post. But these two were planted at the same time and were the same size when they were planted. This one has put on, as you can see, considerably less growth than that one. The only difference I can see is that one has a star picket next to it. That one does not. Go along the line. Here's another star post. Another big prickly pear. All planted at the same time, all the same size, more or less, when they were planted. Oh my gosh, look at that monstrose. Oh, that's so cool. That's called a monstrose. That is so cool. Monstroses in the cactus world are actually quite highly sought after. That's a very cool looking monstrose. It's kind of nice to have a cactus that makes monstroses. Woo! I like it. Oh, growing cactuses is such fun. Especially when you're in a semi-arid climate and not much else grows. Once again, star post. Big prickly pear. Star post. Smaller. Smaller. The star post. Woohoo! Big prickly pear. Don't know why that happens, but there we go. Must be the iron, because up until a short time ago, there was an old gate that was lying just here. And look at the size of that one. The old gate has been renovated and reinstalled on a gate opening. So, but yeah, this is it. Oh, the pussies! Hello! Hi everybody, you'll come to say hi. You're finished. They're so cute, I love them. There we go. That's only just been planted, and it was a bit bigger than the others when it was planted. But Look at how much new growth it's putting on compared to this one next to it. That one's got 1, 2 new petals. This one's got 1, 2, 3 new petals. So a little bit more growth on that one. So there we go. There we are. But this is it. Prickly pears are absolutely wonderful. They really are. Even when they do this thing, which, you know, they start producing these stupid things which aren't very good. They're not so good to eat. You know. A few years ago, this one was a beauty. Then it started producing these stupid things. They're not good to eat at all. But they still make nopalitos. They still make fine animal fodder. Must be a virus or something that gets into it, I think. But, like I say, they still do serve a lot of other functions as well. More prickly pears, lots and lots and lots and lots of prickly pears. My son was over here the other day. He said, "Mum, your prickly pears are so big." I said, "Yeah, it's good, isn't it?" I said, "Wow." And here is a spiky one. That's a throwback. Originally all prickly pears. This is also a Puntia ficus indica, but it's a throwback with the thorns. But they do that sometimes. These were all just, you know, I think individual pads, maybe, you know, first degree branches that were planted. They were planted about 2 years ago. This is what prickly pears do. They make shelter. They make a windbreak, and they produce shade. They're so beneficial, and they make fodder, and they make fruit, you know. So beneficial. I love them. Absolutely love them. There we go. And there's more. There's more prickly pears. Just all the time more. I can't get enough prickly pears growing on this place. There we go. Oh, over we go. Little prickly pears. Bigger star post. There we are. I think we're getting up to probably almost 20 minutes now. So, and of course the horrible, stinking, dreaded Chinaman bush. They'll be pulled out soon. This is how you've got to do land rehabilitation in a semi-arid area. You've got to put in prickly pears and other cacti as the pioneers of your food forest. And unless you can do that, it just won't work. It doesn't work to... just before I do go, I'll show you my garden area. I've run out of water in the dam. The dam's got maybe an inch of water left in it. Oh, that's sad. So the vegetable garden is not getting irrigated. What will live lives, what will die dies. The cos romaine lettuce is going to seed. I'm just letting the seed go into the soil to form a seed bank. The Ford Hook Giant, and I think that is a perpetual spinach next to it. They're both Beta vulgaris. Yep. This has not been watered for at least a month. This is what you've got to do. What lives, lives. What dies, dies. Oh, that other one wasn't a, I don't think it was a perpetual spinach. I think this is my perpetual spinach. True to form. See the difference between perpetual spinach here. Okay. It hasn't got anywhere near as much caruncles and, foldings in it than Ford Hook Giant, which is here. But the perpetual spinach has gotten a signal from God, the universe, nature, probably all three, that times are getting hard, so it's flowering. It's going to seed. The Ford Hook Giant's trying to struggle on. Probably will keep trying to struggle on until it just dies. But perpetual spinach is a survivor. That's a wild strain of silver beet. The original wild silver beet. There you go. And walking stick kale. And if I look closely in here, I don't know. This one's been around for a few years actually. So it may just slow down until it starts to get some water again. But here I have a leaf that can go in the cooking pot. Take that in with me. There we go. I think I will have to bring out a bucket of water for this mystery citrus. I quite like it. I'm not going to do it too often, but it hasn't been in for very long, and I really don't want it to die. So, just for, now and again, there's another citrus. And my buckwheat patch. And tree aeoniums. The tree aeoniums have taken root, I think. Yeah, that's taken root. Despite the fact that this little patch of ground has never received any water other than the rain. The buckwheat has gone to seed. The seed is going into the soil, going to go into the soil. When it gets some moisture, it'll be up like daisies, as the saying goes. And here we have all the succulents and the olive. They're all doing just fine, thank you very much. These can be picked as a vegetable. Triaonium rosettes. Whoops. The olives are doing great. Carrot has, once again, as Bill Mollison used to say, New Yorker syndrome. As soon as it dries out, goes to seed. The seeds will go into the soil when it is suitably moist again, like carrots popping up everywhere one time. Lucerne, aka alfalfa, New York syndrome. That's still a little bit green, dying back. But it's flowered. It's set seed, the seeds in the soil. This will all be planted soon in cacti and succulents, because I'm not having the garden area go to waste. And there is one little battler, the only one that survived, or even germinated, I think, Clitoria ternatia, which is the blue pigeon flower. What can I say? Oh, washing line. That was planted about a month, 6 weeks, 8 weeks ago as a branch. It's already got new growth and fruit. There we go. This is why through this summer I'm going to be majoring on cacti and succulents, because I don't know who water for most of my garden. Maybe just the occasional bucket for the occasional tree that is probably going to die if I don't do it. But even then, I don't want to do that. But it's for saving a tree's life, so I guess so. I guess I'll cave in and do it, especially that have been planted in the first year. Anyway, all the best to all of you, and I'll see you later.